Dudley Thompson, and welcome to WDT Media TV. And again, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And again, hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever we go live on the channel. Today's second live update is about Jamaican politics. And permit me for a bit, I want to give you two scenarios that would segue into today's topic. Some years ago, when I was in Jamaica working at Heroes FM 96.1 as a news journalist, we went into a community. It was supposed to be a peace meeting. Let's say war between Gang A and Gang B. Alright, so it was a peace meeting in this community. Let's say Gang A called the peace meeting, and they were adamant that Gang B don't want the peace, but Gang A want the peace in the community. So Gang A called the meeting right at the border between Gang A and Gang B, and apparently no person from the community that live over where Gang B territory showed for the meeting. It was mostly Gang A members at the meeting, and they're expressing their desire for peace with Gang B. Apparently, the meeting was in full flight, and then we heard gunshots. And the gunshots, and somebody from over Gang A part of the area was shot and killed. And then now the argument was seat, Gang A having a peace meeting, and Gang B came over and shoot a member of Gang A because they want to start the war. And the meeting ended abruptly at that point. The next day, when the dust settled, we heard what really happened. Gang A held a peace meeting, right? A member from Gang A killed one of their own and tried to pin the blame on Gang B as an excuse to invade Gang B territory. That's one scenario. A second scenario was when I was living in a community in Kingston, right, some years ago, and a gentleman, a young man, came and lived next door to us. But I realized that he spent most of his time in the back of the premises. If he came on the front in the daytime and see a vehicle, he rushed inside and like was hiding. So I get curious as to why he was behaving that way as a stranger. So I wonder if he was a wanted man or something. So I confronted him. And I said, big man, I'll tell the truth to have gone with me now. He said he was a member of a gang in another area. And they went to the beach. His gang went to the beach just as man went to the beach. And then they saw members of the rival gang who they had a beef with at the same beach. And they decided to attack that gang member, but not just so. They sent him, they gave him some money and said, boy, go and go buy some weed, some ganja, because they want to, get a smoke. He went to a spot near the beach and he bought the ganja and was on his way back to his other gang members. But he saw some persons who he knew from the other gang, and he took another route through some bushes to get back to his gang members. On his way back, he heard some talking, and he stopped and was listening. What he heard shocked him. His own gang members was planning to shoot him and then attack the rival gangs at the beach. Why I'm saying this is a segue now into today's topic. It's about narrative, propaganda, lies against truth. We have seen in Jamaica, since the election fever began to heat up, where persons just tell lies on other party because they want to win favors. I want to get the better headline. I want to get the headline because they want to control the mind of the people and the narrative. We have a two example now. Surrounds PNP leader Mark Golding. There are some persons, I'm not saying JLP persons, because based on what I just said to you a while ago, somebody can start a lie, hoping that the blame will fall to somebody else. I'm seeing now where, I said this on this program before, I've seen where persons are now saying that Mark Golding is not born in Jamaica. Somebody want to get some political mileage from that fraud statement. I'm not saying fraud, but that statement. Because up until this day, no one was able to provide any proof that Mark Golding was born in Jamaica. But it's online, left, right, and center on social media that he's an Englishman. What Mark Golding said, as we said earlier in other program, that he has a British citizenship by descent. His father was born in Britain, and so he has that British citizenship by descent based on his father. At no time I heard Mr. Golding said he was born in England, but I don't know where that rumor came from. Obviously, we're going to assume that it's the PNP started. Sorry, the JLP started, because he's PNP leader. That would be the assumption, that it was started by the JLP, that Mark Golding wasn't born in Jamaica. And I said earlier, I will say again, I will not entertain that narrative unless or until I see absolute proof about Mr. Golding's place of birth. No, I don't mean any Photoshop document. Absolute proof about that before I say yes, he's not a Jamaican. And secondly, about Mark Golding again. And I'm here to defend Mark Golding, mind you. I'm defending truth. They talk about Mark Golding in Jamaica's parliament illegal. That is a nonsensical argument. That is a nonsensical argument. I'm not sure if it started by the JLP or people who are on the fence or the PNP or anybody else. But look at Jamaica's law. Jamaican law did not say that you have to be a Jamaican to be in the parliament. Nobody, no one can show that in Jamaica's law, that you have to be a Jamaican to be in Jamaica's parliament. That's not in the law. So that is total rubbish, nonsensical garbage. Jamaican law states that in order to be in Jamaica's parliament legally, you have to be a citizen of the Commonwealth. It did not say Jamaica, it's a Commonwealth. That means if Mark Golding was born in Britain, according to people, is still legal in Jamaica's parliament. So hopefully put an end to that rubbish. Mark Golding is not illegal in Jamaica's parliament, whether you're born in Jamaica or England, because under Jamaica's constitution, it did not say you have to be a Jamaican to be in the parliament. It states that you have to be a citizen of the Commonwealth. The reason why Edward Seaga gave up his American citizenship, because America is not a part of the Commonwealth. So Edward Seaga could not be in Jamaica's parliament being an American. He gave it up at age 20 and then went into parliament at age 29. So person who out there who hold on to this lie, this propaganda, this rubbish that Mark Golding is in parliament illegal, let it go, because it's not true. Alright, so hopefully put an end to that garbage. that Mark Golding is not in Jamaica's parliament illegal. Alright? So if you want to campaign on issues, don't campaign on propaganda, innuendos, and lies. So that's one line I want to dispel. Mark Golding is not in Jamaica's parliament illegal. Alright? So anybody hear that? They say, me say that's foolishness. I wanted to say it again. The Jamaican law states that it did not say that you have to be a Jamaican to be in the parliament. Don't check it out for yourselves. Be among those who are informed. Don't be the one who be stupid. This is election season, the silly season. And again, I'm not here to defend Mark Golding. I'm defending truth. Alright, so again, I can say publicly that I'm not on JLP and PNP's payroll. So I can bash and also give credit to both sides. Right? So that's for me, you know, not anybody payroll. And the second the other lie now that you're gonna run about coming out, something I find says some lies exist in the public space. It might target either PNP or JLP. And the assumption is if a lie targeting PNP, it starts by the JLP. If a lie targeting the JLP, it starts by the PNP. And necessarily it's not so. Why I can say that? Most of the things that I heard about Mark Golding are from comrades, not JLP, comrades. Are coming from comrades. So it's come from comrades. And I said something earlier off here about that's my friend, but I'm gonna say I'm here for the first time now. I said it on a platform some time ago that the People's National Party, they have no moral right to talk about corruption. Why I say that? And tell me if I'm wrong. Because as a result of a PNP's internal corruption in 2016, while JLP took power. Yes? As a result of a PNP's 2016 internal corruption, the PNP took office. Sorry, the JLP took office. What am I talking about? In 2016, that missing JLP campaign funds. Yes. The missing JLP campaign funds of 2016. And it's alleged that at that time, five high-ranking PNP members were accused of that turnover monies they received for a campaign to the PNP. And that was one of the reasons why the PNP beat themselves in the election of 2016. JB didn't beat PNP, no. PNP beat themselves in the election of 2016. So, and the PNP will not talk about this because it's facts. Alright? I can go to the Jamaican media. This is the RJR September 1st, 2016. Right? And it says that the major organized crime unit, then the major as MOCA, the major organized crime agency, I beg your pardon, has expressed a willingness to probe the allegations which have been causing controversy in the People's National Party. The issue surrounds the misuse of campaign funds donated to the party for February 25 general election. It was 2016. The matter has been further ignited with claims with major Chinese firms operating in Jamaica has been engaging in the practice of paying to the so-called agent fee to government officials and to political representatives. Colonel Desmond Edwards, head of MOCA at that time, said that he was monitoring the situation. However, the agency was invited to conduct a probe. Right? This was in 2016. And if we it was in 2016 when the PNP then treasurer made it public that the PNP's election donation couldn't be accounted for. It went into billions of dollars, Jamaican dollars. And based on that internal mishap by the PNP, it propelled the JLP to win the election. So it's the PNP's internal mismanagement, internal fraud. Why the JLP is in power. And also a PNP top man at the time, Dr. Carl Blight, he said this on RJR talking to Emily Shields, and he said, and I quote, he said exactly, the reason why the PNP lost that election in 2016 was because they stopped drop money in at the big yard. Carl Blight said that, and I quote again, the reason why the PNP lost election in 2016 is because they stopped drop money in at the big yard. Carl Blight said that on RJ with Emily Shields. 2016. So again, the reason why the JLP came to office in 2016 was the PNP fault. And I kept saying that. The PNP fault. When they call it corruption, the PNP cannot cause JLP because it's the corruption why JLP came to office. And this is simple facts. It's no propaganda. It's simple truth. That is simply truth. And I think recently Fitz Henley, the JLP senator, I think he called for a probe into that missing JLP election funds. He called for a probe. Yes, he called for a probe into that missing fund some time ago. But it was last year. He called for the probe last year. But it didn't went much further. He called for the probe last year into the JLP missing campaign funds. Yes, he did call for the probe. And yes, he called for the probe October last year, October 12, 2024. Kingston, Jamaica government senator, Apcar Fitz Henley, says it would be in good order for the findings of the 8-year anti-corruption investigation into the multi-million-dollar campaign finance allegations, which rocked the PNP, to be publicized. But the PNP will not tell you about this thing. This is the reason. This is the only reason why the JLP came to power. PNP fault, and no comrade can deny this. Here we don't come here with lying propaganda. We talk the truth. The scandal erupted in 2016 and saw at least 5 senior members of the PNP being accused by a former member of the party executive for pocketing millions of dollars that had been earmarked for the party coffers. This was said by PNP, not by Labour Right. This was said by the PNP. And it's also all over Jamaican media back then. And Fitz Henley made a call during his contribution to the debate in the Senate on Friday, in order which the broadened the scope of offense for major organized crime and the corruption in Simoka to be able to investigate. So he ordered that was it. So I kept saying that when they come on to elections and the people say about corruption, they have no corruption and to talk about corruption, because it was the corruption why JLP came to office. I said that on other platform, and they can upset with this true. Here we're not on no PNP and JLP payroll. So we can't talk the thing as it is. That's simple as that. And I will keep saying that the JLP PNP must take the blame. But Cross Andrew Wallace now, and it's the reason why he's there. The PNP is the reason why Andrew is there. That's the simple fact. The PNP don't want to admit. So, their own campaign funding situation in 2016, they had the money to win the elections. They had what it takes financially to win the elections. And all the money went missing. And based on that now, the missing funds, the JLP came to power. And then what Carl Blythe said again, that the PNP in 2016 failed to drop money in the big yard. Carl Blythe said that on RGR with Emily Shields. It's the exact words. PNP failed to drop money in the big yard in 2016. So ask Carl Blythe what he meant by that. Ask Carl Blythe, he said it on national radio. So these are stories. These are facts. It's not propaganda like other platforms. We don't come here with propaganda. We talk truth on this platform here. So another thing now. There's the PNP held a protest. It's a good move. It's a good move. It's a good move by the PNP. Well, in this sense, I'm gonna tell you in what sense I'm talking now. Let me tell you in what sense I'm talking now. The latest Don Anderson poll, other person making a question Don Anderson's motive, but that aside, the latest Don Anderson poll showing the PNP ahead of the JLP. Remember now, I heard on other platform that the PNP planned the protests against Dennis Chung because they knew that at that time Don Anderson was in the field doing the poll, and to get a kind of support for themselves of a protest, get the audience all riled up because they want to have a good run in the poll. It worked for the PNP. It worked for the PNP because this poll was conducted between May 16 and May 7. And the PNP had a protest on May 16 to June 7th, when Ms. Anderson was in the field doing the poll. And the PNP had a protest on June 2nd, right in that time when the poll was conducted. When they had the protest now, everybody right now saying PNP, I mean the figure was in their favor. So the PNP going to go wait when Donald's going to the field again to do another protest. Good political move by the PNP, I must add. He now said the PNP is now the question was asked, which party would you vote for next election? 30% says PNP, while 29% says JLP. That 32.6% says PNP, 29.6% saying JLP. So the PNP have a 3-point lead in this poll. 80% said don't know, while 90% says not likely, not sure who they'll vote for. And this now happened. This poll was conducted during the time when the PNP had their protests at Heroes Cirle. So again, if it's a move by the PNP to get good figures, it's a good political move by the PNP. But the question is, will that stand out on election day? Will that matters come election day? That's the big question now. Election day. Alright, and we continue again now on innuendos and lies now. There's two things now in the public sphere. And people must ask questions, ask and don't jump to the wrong conclusion. The drill argument going around. I saw documents about this drill, which I show here on an earlier program. But look at the question now. The PNP is saying that the drill cost $30 million, right? And the JLP is saying that the drill plus 159 components is the cost. That's the total cost, not the drill only. What I saw so far in the documentation, that the drill alone is $298,000 for the drill alone, and the 51 other components carry total to $27 million. And for the maintenance cost is 4.5 million, get it up to 30 million. So the question is now, you must ask now, person watching, ask yourself this question. Is the drill alone cost 30 million? Or the drill plus the 150 components and the maintenance fee total 30 million? Ask those questions. And ask those questions to both sides. And don't jump to the wrong conclusion. Ask those questions. If the so-so drill costs 30 million, or the drill and the components and the maintenance costs cost 30 million. Those are things you must ask, and don't listen to the rumors and jump to the wrong conclusion. Get the facts, get the things straight. This is the political season where propagandas and false narrative is all of the day. On this platform, we don't push any party narrative. We're trying to educate you, make you think for yourselves, and ask the relevant questions. Don't take what me say as gospel. Do your research. Do your research and come to an informed decision. Don't follow because you're a party faithful into the party say it's gospel. It's not true. Both sides will tell lie for political advantage. This is in the political and the silly season. And I saw a thing today about the person who started fake news. Yes? And they said fake news survived when they can find yourself some useful idiots. This was said by the person who created fake news here in 1908. Yeah, 1908. The person who invented fake news. Fake news will strive as long as you can find yourself some useful idiots. That's what they said it from 1908 until now. So, be an informed person and don't be a useful idiot. Simple as that. No disrespect. But that's just the reality. Not me said, that's said by the person who started the fake news in 1908. Another thing now about the Colorado Hospital overrun. Right? The PNP is talking about the government spend 24 billion on the hospital. Alright? That's what the PNP said. The Minister of Health went to Parliament and said he spent 9.4 billion. But the PNP saying he spent 24 billion. Look here now, when I examine it, the minister said the 24 billion the PNP is talking about is not spent as yet. That is the projected cost. So persons, there's a difference between money spent already and money to be spent. It's different, not the same. So the minister is saying already they spent 9.4 million. But they projected to spend 26 billion. So sorry, 9.4 billion spent already on the project. And the money to be spent in the future is 26 billion. But the PNP is saying that money already spent. If you want to find out who's wrong or who's right, go and do research. Don't step where your party say, the PNP and GLP say. Do research and get your facts. Get the facts. Right? We don't here to put you in the party agenda. We say get the facts. Because this is a political season, and who control the narrative, they think they'll win the elections. Get the facts. Simply get the facts. Alright, another thing now. Somebody post something about Mark Goldenough. They will argue about Andrew Willis and the bank account being for quite a while now. And somebody post something, say Mark Goldenough 32 bank account. About that now. It don't make any sense. with a counter lie with lie. You counter lie with the truth. Nobody so far can provide any evidence that Mark Golding has 32 bank accounts. As a fake thing online, showing something, but it's not genuine. Somebody do like Photoshop documents. Say Mark Golding have 32 bank account. If that was, look at this, if that was so, the JLP would have a field day with that. Look at it carefully. There is no way Mark Golding could have 32 bank account, and the JLP is so quiet about that. With the way how they were vocal, and the PNPs and Mr. Andrew Wallis 20 bank account, which is not true. So again, we are guarded against innuendos and lies. Just talk and get the facts. On this platform, we don't push lies on this platform. Like some other platform, we push the truth. So if somebody want to tell me that a man will have 20 bank account, come with the evidence. And there is something about the health sector again, where it has been discussed, and some persons, when they're in different parties, them talk and change their mouth so often, it is surprising. Yeah, but it's so surprising when them talk sometime, and just do and change their mouth and talk all kind of foolish when they are different part of the political sphere. Because I think I can find some clip here, and something that's said by a person. When they're on one platform, they talk one thing, and when they switch allegiance now, them story change. Yeah man, them story change. So you have to be careful of those persons when they talk sometime about, and then they come them give you one story now, and as soon as them cross the floor to either side, you know, the story change. And look at this now. Dr. Alfred Dawes said, so vividly I can remember, Alfred Dawes saying healthcare under PNP administration is the worst he has ever seen in his life. Dr. Alfred Dawes. At the time of his statement, doctors were wearing garbage bags in the operating room. Now he's a PNP and he's talking something different. The healthcare system under the JLP is not where it should be, but it's better. And he said the moral of the story is that when the politician, when the politician story don't trust certain things, they make them talk different things from inside their mouth. That's not what he's saying. So different. So you have to be careful. It's all about politics and narrative. Right now, Jamaica is not perfect. I'm now seeing where people are now seeing where Jamaica's crime is done by 44%. And you have some persons who have a political agenda will never say that. Look what life on now. When Jamaica, the same statin that gives the figures. When statin gave figures of Jamaica's crime, people are murdered left, right, and center over the years. And Jamaica's figures high like we are the crime capital of the world. Nobody questioned those figures in those days. Everybody say yes, Jamaica have crime, Jamaica have enough murder, and everybody agree that nobody questioned the figures then when the crime was high. Now, the crime is coming down. People are doubting the figures. Why? For their own political sake. Because the narrative is there is that crime is coming down. It's so a GLP. The narrative is that Jamaica is crime ridden. It's so the PNP because they can campaign on crime. And again, about the campaign now, and I said that on a program, don't want to repeat myself, but the PNP did a poll, and which they didn't publish, but it says the people are calling for a a PNP plan. They're tired of hearing this thing about Andrew stature thing cannot be certified. That's a 2-year talk now. There was something one here. What is the PNP can do better than the GLP? The PNP say that we can reduce crime by 40%. You must say by 50 or 60. Try to outdo the GLP with policy and plans, not with us innuendos and this and rumors. And about rumor again, Peter Bunting and the thing about the primary school. We can't say it too often. That's one another one. Check out that one with Bunting and the primary school. You hear from Peter Bunting and the contractor. And see how narratives work in politics. With the crime coming down, practically, what Peter Bunting said in 2011, that he said for crime to improve in Jamaica, the government needs to invest more in the police and do all that, and they do just that. So Peter Bunting's suggestion is now put into motion by the GLP. That's why I said earlier that both sides should be accommodated for the crime, not just GLP alone. Because in this case, Peter Bunting made a suggestion and it carried out by the Prime Minister or the government, and this year I don't see the result. Crime is coming down. So both sides and the police should be credited for reduction in Jamaica's crime. So again, as we so these are the things that we need to talk about in Jamaica right now. And the other thing in Jamaica right now that nobody talking about, that Travel World, I think, has released a statement saying that Jamaica are among the 7 countries that are so safe to travel to for American tourists. They say Jamaica is safe, but still be cautious. And right now, Jamaica's policy is on the envy of the Caribbean region like Bermuda. I said, wow, Jamaica is doing something good to see such a reduction in crime at this high level. But the person who I think politically will not appreciate this, because if this was to be the narrative to suit the GLP government, it would put on the PNP side. So people don't think for a political advantage, because as soon as the crime figure begin to become public, the PNP stage a march against the police and their high murder rate. 100 murders for the year by police against citizens, and that was the protest. And Albert was the JFJ protest, and the timing of that protest it was fueled by the PNP. That's the common saying around there. And then now you find that the narrative now begin to take shape, because that is on for the minds. Who can control the minds win the election? Because right now in Jamaica right now, the person who on the fence, to me, will decide the elections. Because both PNP and GLP have their base, their bases. But the undecided, those who are on the fence, those are the persons now the two parties need to get. And right now, what I'm seeing right now, the PNP is speaking to their base. They need to brand their message to undecided. Base is there, but the base, in my view, that win the election, undecided voters will be the key. That's my view. So both sides, they need to rally their persons and see what they can do when they come on to election, when they come on to this election, because the base alone will not give the elections to anybody. So they can get a war lady. Hope she's available. Yeah, we don't like to hear from war lady. Give us her take on this issue. All right, today I think we have.
Yeah, me call.
I think we have war lady. Hello.
Yeah, man. Hi.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, you're live.
Hello?
Yes, but you're live on air.
Hello?
Yes, yes, you're alive.
Hello?
Well, I hear that in the world that to get what the world that. Hello, you're alive. Yeah, good afternoon. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, you're live. Good afternoon.
Okay.
War lady? Not hearing no war lady at all.
Hello?
Yes, I heard you loud and clear. You hearing us? Hello? We're not hearing no war lady at all. Get her back there. Hello?
Yes, good afternoon.
Afternoon. You're live. You hear us clear now?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
all
Getting
right.
a clear now.
Good
afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon again. I'm so anxious to call you. I was listening to you about the poll and I'm very excited to talk about it.
Yes, go ahead.
And if you can remember I first told you here on this live
Yes.
that look out for this and tell me if everything when me said to you never come to pass in this poll.
It come to pass because the PNP had on the protest on June 2nd and the poll was conducted between March 16 and June 7.
But the poll, although Dan was in the field at that time, it does nothing for the PNP.
Right.
If Dan put out the right figure right now, you would be marveled. There's nothing at all where you see Dan put out there. Nothing. You can look back and see how confused Dan was. Even on a Sunday, you know that the poll would have been finished away where he would have put out the party standing on a Sunday, the results on a Sunday.
Yeah.
If Dan buckled under the pressure Sunday, him could not. All right, Sunday he come out when he said the Prime Minister is just edging by 7.5%.
Yeah.
Likability over Mark Golding. Tell me 7.5%. When Dan says 7.5%, you can look for 15%.
So you're saying he's losing his credibility. That's what you're saying.
Hello.
So you're saying he's losing his credibility. I heard a person was saying Dan Anderson losing his credibility right now.
No, I am telling you that Dan Anderson's credibility gone to the dogs.
Wow.
Even this. Let me tell you, even in this poll, Sunday, the PNP beat Dan Anderson to whip Sunday. Because they held Ben said Dan Anderson should have not used the favorability ratings between the two leaders and a Sunday Gleaner, which as lead story, which Sunday is the most sell paper. So
yeah.
they are held bent, they're up in arm, they're not doing Dan Anderson right now.
But this poll now.
Dan Anderson is in a spot abandoned.
But this poll now showing that the PNP is ahead based on this last poll here.
Look here. Hello. When you look at it, remember Dan Anderson of the PNP coming from 9 points. When you said the PNP leading the JLP 9 points. And come down. Remember the second to last poll, Dan said the PNP were leading 5 points ahead of JLP, remember?
Yes.
They go out and they did a protest. And you protest, 2 protests, you do hell with drill and hell with Dennis Chung. And instead of you gain, you lose 2 more as to Dan Anderson.
Yeah.
Remember you're going with 5?
Yes.
Point leading up. And you're going to do 2 hell of a protests. Where them say 6 and 1, half dozen of the other, and all quality kind of something. You raise cane, you lift up the whole place. And instead of you gaining your last 2 more.
So the protestants didn't work for the PNP at all.
Work for which PNP? Let me tell you something. The Jamaican people reach a stage, where they tell them where Mark Golding led risers, and then lies catching up with them.
That's true.
And and it catch up with them and the lies them and meet them halfway, where the people them and meet them halfway, then get sick and tired of them. with them carry on and them type of behavior. No place in a Jamaica no defit for them type of something. We passed those already and gone. And we not intend to go back there. You understand? When we put the two leaders out there, Mark, what is this type of a war boat? In a business, what happened as long as in get up now the platform and chat about blood and fire. Me seen down a Lucy the other day and Johnny Salin running up. I don't remember which part in St. James Johnny Salin running. I'm not going down there. I called up Johnny Salin from Central Westmoreland. What is wrong?
He didn't know where it was.
In Mark Golden last, don't even know which part to turn up.
I remember. I saw it. I was like, wow.
Every which part Mark Golden go Mark Golden. So Mark Golden know the 14 parishes in Jamaica. No, this is not that a laughing matter. Let me tell you something. The one PNP, them are even the risers, them now. They are in depression. Because me tell you, say they nearly killed Dan. Said Dan should not. And poor Dan in a spot of bother. And you can remember I said to you, Mr. Thompson, I said when it comes down near to the election, Dan is going to either say they are in dead heat or he's going to give just a little edge. So when the altar claps broke, you can easily look and say in the tell us that they're in a dead heat or they were very close. Remember I told you on this platform.
Yeah,
anytime you see it come down to this, look how Dan is going to program the poll.
And he said
Dan is in a yes.
He said it.
Of course.
It's very close. But he won't say that. He said it on TV. Yeah. I was like, wow.
No, but you can't say me never tell you something.
Yes, you predicted that. And he said it exactly. You said it, yes, I remember.
I said anytime he come down. Remember the last one I said to you, I said, Mr. Thompson, look out for Dan Anderson. Anytime when you see that the Prime Minister is in a election mood when the near called election, look how Dan go and position the poll. Right now, I can tell you that every radio station they Dan go on to talk about the poll, to dissect the poll. Dan himself don't even understand what he's saying. I have never seen Dan in such a confusing mood like now with him and this poll. You can see that Dan were being pressured, and let me tell you, this is a paid PNP poll. I am not asking you, I'm telling you. This poll is a PNP paid poll. Oh. You see, even I see they put a question on the TV where they're asking about the leaders and the whatever. How can this be leader where you are judge them when the question was name 4 government minister?
Yeah, I remember.
Listen carefully.
Yes.
Name 4 government minister and name 4 opposition member. So that means you can call from any 4 government minister. You can call any 4. And you can call any 4 opposition spokesperson. Then how are you going to judge them and put them in line and grade them? What did you ask about them that you are going to grade them on? By telling us to name them, and you pick up 4 and name them, and you say who is more than who, and you percentage them, say look here, this one and this percent. What the hell?
I'm going to tell you something now, listen for another new lie coming out shortly.
No, you telling me that?
No,
another piece when Mr. Dan do in poll. To me, it seems like Dan Anderson had questions and answers as he go along during the days from last week come down from week before last. When Mr. Dan put out polling about sex register, I said, but Dan is really losing it because Dan asked no such question about sex registry. So how Dan ever put that in a poll and ever say how much percent said this and that? Dan really take me for idiot or something. And I go and I ask the question, is it 2 different type of poll or is it a poll for every different parish? Because those questions did not come nowhere near me. So most of the questions were about the PNP and time come.
Yes, so the PNP and time code it can publish.
This is what Dan do because we call out Dan, as me tell you, him go along and just put in because we call him out and he's something them. How can Dan and this with a straight face do a poll when you don't have crime and violence in the economy are none of them type of stuff that affect the people.
Right.
How dare
That's
you?
true, because that's what
What type
people
of
talk
poll is
about
that?
now. So
You
you're
have
saying,
to tell me
so
so
you're saying,
you
so you're saying it's a PNP's skewed poll then?
This is a PNP position polls. Yes. It's a, and I am not asking you, I'm telling you that I am telling you from a fact, a place of fact, not guessing or wondering if this is so. This I am telling you of a fact that this is a paid PNP poll. The part where the pressure that done on this commander when talk about this favorability and so. They did not want that part to come along. But usually in poll, people looking out for favorability of leaders, so they have no other choice but to hit it out there. And remember, I tell you, when Dan says 7.5%, look out for 15. Mark Golding is gaining no traction. Nobody have any use to Mark Golding. Mark Golding is like when you reach a coronation market at a Saturday night time where the food is at the batter over the whole week and nobody wants it. No care how people hungry, they not take up it, they not choose it, they not carry home. That is Mark Golding. Nobody don't want Mark. Look here, me sit down and watch the Prime Minister and the campaign. And they would have near me alive. People want him, they just haul up, they just hungry for him. When Mark Golding a walk a stagger like some drunk man, having two on the flashlight when you're drunk and you don't drop. And they push on the junk and they're not the type of leader where we have on campaign. When PNP leaders them used to go out, people flock them, people want them, but there's something about Mark Golding where turn off everybody up to the madman.
Well,
Mark Golding don't have nothing about him. There's nothing about him that can draw you to him. No magnet, no nothing. No, it's like there's something about him, and when we look at him, and you know what to into damn lie. And when him telling lies, then we just have to find him out with him damn lie them. About him and Chris Derry did play this and that. When not they play cricket, not go so. You born ya, not go so. Right? You have British you are British citizen, you hide, you tell life and you sit down when you're 40 years old before you get one Jamaican passport. You're in a finsack from top to bottom, you tell lies, you don't want nothing more finsack, and it is there to be proved. Come on, man, we know idiot. You go on stage, go chain up Rasta man, as if like you want to draw we back in a slavery. You even the other day Mark Golding done a Lucy. And come on now. Me see people left the Jamaica Labour Party, and I've never heard one day when the leader nobody get up and we don't need them, make them come on. We don't want them the type of dirty politics that Mark Golding want carrying here. We don't need him nor them. We don't need suppose the Prime Minister was a type of person like Mark Golding. Hell that broke loose right now. The whole place is under fire. A lucky thing that one of them is just a calmer type of person. We're not in the boa and this and that.
Yeah.
Killing get up now everywhere going get up and chat about blood and fire.
Well,
what Mark Golding mean by this blood and fire though?
Good question. And people don't take it serious.
Remember, Mark Golding trademark is step up and get wicked pan them. Right? But take up dopey out of grave, make them vote.
Well, look here now.
And what he's saying, again, what he's saying is, the other person say, there's no guarantee, there's no, you don't put down anything here, or whatever. Not him. Him say when. That means it is there, you have to get it. Right? I see him and put it down there. Right? And, we have to be looking and saying, what is really happening? Just get up and go on as if like, guess what? And your blood and your fire and your this and your that. Master, into like about ya.
Look here now. I heard somebody wants to start a new propaganda. The company that is here to oversee that is putting in the database for elections, Pangia IT.
Yes.
Somebody saying that that company has a tattered past. Meaning every country is 90% of the countries where that country on elections they're accused of a voter fraud.
Yes.
So I'm saying to the person that I was saying that to me, send the evidence so I can probe it.
He send it all now?
No?
They are so, let me say,
I know.
from the born and see people wicked.
Me say,
you're
you're going to say that this company, 90% of the company.
I want to sue them backside, them too lie.
Right. I'm saying send the evidence, come.
They too damn liar out of the man.
Me say send the evidence.
They come like a son Lego beast all over the place, like a son damn Lego beast. Disgusting and just sick. And to me, they're like headless chicken. Nobody, no, you know, they're like some uncontrollable pitney where everybody just do. To me, they need leadership.
Well, honestly, I plan to contact the company by the website, and I plan to speak to somebody from the company about this to get a sense of the company's and they know and send the clip, but that's sent to you. And let them clarify them situation because to me, if you can make such a statement, I can prove it. I'm something wrong.
You must can back it up and prove it.
Something wrong.
And that is their modus operandi where they go around and tell lies on people. They tried, they did it with the Prime Minister. And when Jamaica people sit and look back and looking at them, say, no man, let me tell you, they are the most destructive element I've come across. Trust me. When we look and see all police commissioner from the Caribbean come out here and bigging up the police force and they sit down and they tear down the police force.
Right.
So tell me, when you destroy everything, when you want to rule, when you have to rule the arches? You do the same thing to your one party where you say you mash it down and build it back. And you get up and do it to Jamaica? Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. But I want to say to Dan Anderson, cut your crap. We find you out, we know you, and we will not make you lead us because of foolishness here at all. And until this day, come and take us through the data. You cannot. How dare you do a poll with crime not in a hit, the economy not in a hit? What the hell? What you do? Come up with the data because your maths just not adding. Your maths just not matching. You're not adding up.
And again, I said to another person earlier about facts and fiction. This argument about hospital overrun for 30 and 24 billion. And I said the person who want to buy that narrative that get the facts. The Minister of Health, Tufton, said so far they have spent 9.4 billion on the hospital so far. But the PNP is now saying the PNP saying they spent 26 billion.
If you notice, they stop it. My man, from Tufton come out and clear it, then cut off it, then find something else.
Because they said them line not working.
Yeah, and I tell you again, I said the PNP lies caught up with them in the worst way that they never expected.
And the worst one now is with the drill.
The drill again, we said the drill, the hospital, and Dennis Strong. Hang around their neck like when you tie stone around dog neck and throw them at sea. Because they sure were expecting to get a boost from it. Because Mark Bolin stock is so low, nothing can build. You know, Mark Bolin remind me of some iron balloon. No care how you joke, you have machete chop, you can't bust.
And next one now was with the primary school and Bunting.
Peter Bunting?
Yeah.
And they have no shame in a game.
No shame at all. This big line up in the Senate about how the contractor was owed and why the work stopped. And nothing
you know what? You know what? If you notice this, Mr. Thompson, Mark Golding and Peter Bunting feel that they are so big. They're bigger than Jamaica, so no care what they do, they don't apologize. We are looking at those things.
Yeah.
We are looking at those things and we are saying, wait. This is the Bakra Master style when you think uno is bigger than us, right? Where uno cannot you go out there and tell like on the man and the man come with the truth and he's staring in your face and you tell us that so you're bigger than Jamaica, so you cannot apologize. Mark Walden did the same thing when he called Bobby Montague boy and he disrespect this one and the same what hit where them a call Panda now about the where they name again? Where the people them name where you call and when in an election where them ambush.
Oh,
right?
ombudsman.
When Dana Parchment tell him to apologize and if he pay 20,000 to a school a Bobby choice, he neither apologize, now he pay when he tell Dana Parchment plain say he not apologize. But yet Dana Parchment get up a account about open back Ambrose woman office and money she look for him, she better go look work.
Well,
She better go and find a job.
I remember I still can't get over the fact that I remember the budget last year.
No, but hello.
No, different. Last year, when Andrew only said, not this year, last year, when he said
last year.
When he said no new taxes.
And he said like new tax on.
No, but look right now, you have some dumb comrades are now saying that the fact that the government has recorded an increased tax collection, that means more people paying tax than before.
So the two different something that
so they're saying that is new tax. Almost like
you know what I'm saying? If I tell you something, say me always look and say, you know, say the comrades them because Master Mark said them are comrades. So me always say the comrades them know better. But then just do it to purpose. But now from them go a Heroes Park and when me see them do, me say no, so they really don't know better. And Mark Golding I take them, I turn them in a puppy show. But they really don't know better.
Well,
because some stuff when me see them do and go on with, but you know what I'm glad for? You have more sensible people than who Mark Golding leading. The person
who created fake news 1908. Him say fake news will work when they can find themselves some useless fools.
I think fake news created by the PNP.
No. I mean no.
No, by the writers.
Well, no. I mean worldwide.
I think of them created worldwide.
No. No man, created worldwide. That's what they created worldwide. And they said for it to be effective, you must find yourself some useful fools.
I think yes.
And you have and fake news to be effective. That's all you need to find them. Fake news be effective. Find yourself some useful fools. So that's what the person who created fake news.
Well, again, I never know said this two that really catch up with them. So it really meet them halfway and catch up with them. It catch up with them because me I tell you say last year then time now there are a folly of them one and them a jump and them a pick up and them a go on. And now it meet them halfway. People are looking and say, but no man. And then like them dry eye and liar.
And them
materialize them.
I still in disbelief when I heard some comrades still
they are
having the notion that
comrades
having the notion that the PNP won the private council elections. Some of them still believe that.
Because that's what their blood and fire Master Mark told them. Trust me.
I said go and check the EOJ records for yourself and don't follow what Mark Golding said. It's simple as that.
Give me any other leader in the PNP. Not this one here. This one here, I never know so they would have destroyed the PNP and take it and give to this man. This man is one of the vindictive. He is delusional, vindictive, destructive. I can't even find adjectives to name him. Disgusting man. And him just feel like it, but I look at him, from about 3 weeks now I'm looking at him. He's really losing it. Everywhere him go now, it seems like him drunk and him just a swing himself two-way. Him just a swing himself and everywhere him go, him call it one different name or him call the people them different from different parishes.
I saw that too.
Yes.
Him keep on calling the different names.
And him just get up and the messages I just, hear nothing with sense and him just get up and just talk foolish foolishness, and then you can't listen to him at all. But are you ready? Are you ready for the victory? Are you ready for the PNP? Are you ready for I man? Mickey J. What the best thing they are going?
And the people them just look at them and say, what I say? People them just disconnect.
Oh God, disconnect. No, me say the only soul when me see him and she toe to toe at the Lego Beast fan down over the other day. What a thing is, she said she a liar. Jesus have mercy. As a woman, I am so embarrassed. Me have a man them, and me have a bear, and me have a... What is this? No, sir. Me say she shock everybody when they did it. And she said she a liar. God, no man, PNP gone to the dogs. Rise and sorry. Because the one PNP catch from the side of way. But me only hope they stand up to them after the backside na him.
Well, I heard Cliff Hughes saying the 25 election last coming opposition leader caught in lies.
Me say the man and in caught up in a way that's in confused, don't know what to do. And you know why me know exact say the poll is rigged? It is manufactured, and it is just not adding up. Watch holding posture.
The Prime Minister.
Watch his reaction. You can see there that there's something bothering him. He's in trouble, and he know. You can't tell me say you're campaigning for 5 years. 5 years you're out there the campaign. And for the 3 last poll you're going down like a sinking ship. You're not supposed to, are you out there, you are called from Jamaica, you ask them to join with you or whatever. Then you out there and you place them and listen in the field when you have along with your antics with them. And you made a vex with them too.
And get some fake numbers.
Yes, and if me place you in the field where me out there, the Heroes Park, the Black Heroes Park, and they go a whole lava and I go on, instead of me getting me lose 2 points, why me that cut up with you too? I really cut up with you as well. And I don't know. And I hear you say something last week. You said they always do poll. And then poll always lead them in the wrong direction.
Yeah, okay.
And what I look on is that what they are doing now is playing and build the mind of their supporters.
It's a mind game going on. It's a mind game. Everybody want to control the mind of the people and the narrative. Because it's the election season. You own the narrative and the mind of the people.
Because Peyton Campbell put this in the group, and I am not asking you, I'm saying it to you because it come exact when we have it a look and so. When tell them say, all right, look here, let's keep the momentum, you know, we are 40 seats up. We are leading way ahead in the poll. And when there's this other result that will come out later down in June. So no later down in June? Yes. Because we are at the 20th, yes. And him said the other results that will come later down in June. We are going to be way ahead again because we even asked a question about Dennis Chung, and 78% of the people said it is wrong. When me go on a podcast and talk about it, then this nobody put in there and it didn't take out it. Ain't nobody put that in there. In Robbie out. Right? Because I go and I said you did not ask any question about Dennis Chung. Top 10 lie and top 10 people for so in a bad character cross.
Wow.
Right? And remember Mr. Campbell telling faithful soldiers them say, look out, they are 40 seats up and they are leading in the poll, and when this one comes, then going the way ahead. Only 50.
Yeah, 40 seats up.
Then yes. And when this one come out, it's going to be massive. And only 50 instead of up, then at least instead of down 2 spots. And they are, when I tell you that they are upset, they are very upset with him because then claims that he should not, the piece where him do with the favorability and leaders, they said that he should have never let that part come true.
Oh.
He should not take it out.
Because it don't suit the PNP.
Yes, and again I said to you, I said, when you see him say 4.5,
months, it has been.
Wow,
When you see say 4.5, if they way past 4.5, take it from 7.5. When him say that, you know want to see which party there. He in a problem, then cuss him off Sunday. So him should do it, lead story, the paper sell the most on Sundays, and him should not do it.
Oh, because it don't suit the PNP's political wish at all.
No. And remember, they are pushing this narrative, so they are way ahead, and they are saying now that because the PM statutory declaration, Master Marker clean hands, and he's way ahead. And let me tell you this: from then on, this they do poll until this, they already my butter and Jonas. Mark Walling never come near and Jonas poll. Favorability, if you say right then, you eat up with him.
Well, we have people now, we have the blue dot and the Dananus. So look at the blue dot poll, look at it more reliable than the Dananus poll.
No, you know why I believe in the blue dot poll? If it was a JLP paid to do the blue dot poll, I would not damn believe. Anyone of them pay to do a damn poll, me not believe.
It's
because
true.
Poll, when you pay to do a poll, it's set for you.
Right.
You pay for what you wanted. So whenever anyone out of the two parties say they do no damn poll, don't tell me anything about it. Keep it to yourself.
It must be independent.
You don't believe in it because
it must be independent.
I work with independent polls. Tell me about
that's
your
true.
independent polls.
That's true.
And I'll work with it. But no party that pays for something, you paid for what you wanted. I'm not stupid.
That's true.
Right? So the PNP, the risers pay for them poll. They can blow over the whole place, making the most nice empty barrel. Mark Golden Tony that everywhere going call one different parish name. He don't even know the 14 parishes in Jamaica. So if you don't know the parishes, them, you don't when you stand up in one parish, you don't even know where you stand up. You rock two sides like my granny old pan. When water take only for water take the old zinc pan and it does a lean two sides where you try to take up it. No, I never see no other leader stand so neither PNP nor Liberty much.
No, this is serious.
I don't know where they get this a whole lampshade from, but it's not a home sweet home at all. I don't know where they get it from.
Wow. This one is serious. This one is well.
Tell somebody, man, we want back a PNP party. We don't want this, man.
Want a PNP, we don't want rise.
We want a PNP.
Want
we
a
want
good
to see
PNP
back
party.
the PNP.
But
Yes.
not rise at all.
Not risers. No.
Somebody made a comment.
Last
time talk about I think it was or somebody something that you said that check out Peter Bunty for the past 2 years. He never appeared publicly in an orange PNP shirt. Always a blue shirt.
No. Always. And if you even see him in an orange shirt, the riser sign is on it. If you do see him in an orange shirt, the riser sign is on the orange shirt. He's a riser's man.
Yeah,
not a PNP. Remember,
I saw him today in a clip with a rise shirt, but he have on the PNP orange cap, but he had a riser shirt.
Yeah, man. Remember, they has nothing to do with the PNP. They want to get rid of the PNP out completely. They want to rub it out. They want to make a party for themselves, which is the Risers Tapanaris Pirate Party.
Yeah, this is serious.
Where they cover one eye and left one eye open.
Like a pirate.
Yeah.
And right now,
and
the Jamaican comrades are kind of divided between Rise United and the PNP.
And if I tell you, I tell you, say,
they are divided.
Right now, when this one PNP them look and see what's going on out there, they are more enough. Trust me, they are more now than ever in a panic mood. Because when they look and where they see, they know exactly it is a hell of a task. And I don't like you to say you have a leader with a touch where can carry you across. You don't have no leader with no touch.
And then no.
If you're in a spot and a him away and to carry you across the stage, you're like, dog, me and your supper. You know, have no appeal. There's nothing about him where anybody would have gravitated to. Look, if when Mark Golden go near the children, there, if you don't see, they look like them all run.
And we're now seeing where JLP is now PNP is now crossing the floor going to JLP. Craig Owens.
I have never seen this from me, man. Me never see what me
Now the amount is no is the amount.
Crowd. But you never see everybody across over and a joke. And that's it.
I'm not going to say who was make them go because them not belong and some foolishness.
Again, I say to you and I ask you the other day and I'm going to ask you today again, who is advising Mark Golding? Because on something when Mark Golding attack, you wonder if he had an advisor.
I don't think have an advisor. I just him, Bunting, Did and Campbell and Brown Burke and that's it.
Because not tell me, say, when diplomacy then Mark Golding?
None.
People get up and left the party, tell me there's no way you can. The media is going to come and they're going to ask us something. Come on, man. Play and talk. Because the more you get up and say those things, you upset the people then. And them are talk things.
Yes.
You can't do that, but you push out and you run out and then you go over there because they don't belong. Yeah, so the party belong to you. After your party. You're the last one coming at the party and the worst one coming at the party. Yes. Because everybody will come out at the party. When they put on their clothes, they look like somebody. You are the only one will look like Harold. Where are you when you're in a clothes?
I have seen where people leave party and return like Kasamuda. You know, it's a long time JLP party man.
Right.
He left the PNP. He went to jail. He went to left the JLP, went to PNP and go back to JLP.
Well, let me tell you something. Portia will then claim said dance and whatever. I see people leave the party when Portia is prime minister. Or have them different and I never hear Portia come out and have like Lego Beast, Mark Golding. Never hear that. I don't know which part then get him from. But the man is like a rogue investment gathering no mask. How do you want to be leader? You think say Jamaica don't reach the say yet, brother? You want to be leader and go on England, go run our 81 outside 2 place.
There's one thing about Mark that I want Jamaican to understand. And don't make any sense you're going to start rumor about Mark Gold, which is not true. Like for instance, people say that Mark Gold is in Jamaican Parliament illegal. That is not true.
I know because I think England is in the Commonwealth.
Right.
What we want to find out from
so I want first to stop that foolishness.
Well, maybe whoever. But what you want to find out from Mark Golding, and I think it is a fair enough question that should be answered by Mark Golding. Are you a born Jamaican? Just say the truth. Right? We want to know you're born here, yes or no. Prove to us that you're born here, so at least we can leave that.
No, me tell you.
What are you hiding?
Let me tell you. He said it on Stephen TV that he was born in Jamaica. But people want to see evidence.
Yes, and you say it elsewhere that I was raised here. I
remember that statement. I was raised in Jamaica. But he said on Stephen TV that he was born in Jamaica, went to Mona Prep, went to Champion College, and then you were overseas. But people still have them doubt about his place of birth.
Because Mark Golding build up story as he go along, and because of that, now we have so many doubts. So prove to us when, alright, even the renunciation that you say you do, what hard in you where you take it care upon Andre Stevens to show in a dark, gone in a one dark room where the whole place you did light up all the while, and when you get upstairs they show the renunciation, the whole place get dark. So what? Why you not show it right then see it here? You show up as something and the place get dark. Why?
I don't know what
you can't show it.
We don't know what he was showing.
No, because the place get go in the dark. And you claim say yeah show. So why you not do shows and done then?
He can renounce his relationship, and then now right back at a later time.
Yes.
Well, and guess what or something that said by a comrade that kind of frightening to me. A comrade said this on their platform. A comrade, Karen Cross, said Mark Golding don't even own a house in Jamaica.
No, he hide everything. He have everything in the offshore.
He don't even own a house in Jamaica.
I say he no own not even one house in Jamaica, and he have one old vehicle when he say he drive from with the CM sitting. So I saw him decide and I take people for him, pick me that. And him and the Integrity Commission, them a work. So whatever he give to them, they just take it and polish it nice because them a work together. Where the Integrity Commission now, Today, the campaign, the JLP crank up them campaign. So the Integrity Commission crank up to them campaign as well. About 2 weeks about they send letter to Parliament. I think we see something to them where they send to Parliament again. Anytime the PNP down, the Integrity Commission rise. Anytime the PNP down, Kevin Stevenson and Raya and Ranif Lawrence get up. Anytime where the PNP is in a spot, don't worry because Kevin Stevenson and Raya and Ranif Lawrence is at them service.
Well, look
I
here.
wonder why.
Well, look here now. It's separate. We're going to find out. Look here now. The PNP, another PNP campaign talk is now being thrown through the window. About
yes.
Because you have 3 councillors now who are currently being charged by the Integrity Commission. One JLP and 2 PNP.
No, so, but I tell you already, Dudley, and I'm going to tell you again. I tell you already, when this argument come up, I say to you, and I am going to say to you again now, and you can anything that can come on your platform and say, hold me to it. It's
a fraud thing.
It's a plot. Watch out for them coming up again. They did that. For the labor rights, them are concerned citizens to come down and say, wow, they are impartial. They are not partial because they do 2 councillors and 2 PNP councillors and 1 JLP councillor. It's a sham.
But look here now. That put a damper on Mark Golding campaign but Andrew Holness statutory declaration cannot be certified. So you can't sing for that again because at least you can't sing for that again.
You're not reading the room correctly. Read the room. What the so-called manufactured Integrity Commission said they do. They no file for years. Say talk nothing about no statutory declaration, talk nothing about no illicit enrichment, talk nothing. Instead they no file. So all them are going to yes. So all them are going to discharge them.
Yeah.
Yes. So read the room. Read the room clearly what they're up to. They're onto something. We and them because it's the same thing with them onto. And remember me tell you yourself, it's a plot, it's a ploy, they're onto something. Wow. Anytime the PNP, the risers are down, the Integrity Commission rise. They come up with something, they get up something and come and they go. That is the trick that I see them going on with. They hell bent that they must take down the JLP government. Aided and abetting by with them. We see them and we know them.
Well, yeah,
and I am so shocked to see no civil society have nothing to say about Ranif Lawrence, which is Vin Lawrence's son, PNP Vin Lawrence. You remember PNP Vin Lawrence?
Yeah,
I think they call him Hands of God over. Well, Ranif Lawrence is his son. Non-PNP, a close friend of Dayton Campbell, which is the General Secretary Ranif Lawrence is Dayton Campbell is one of Ranif Lawrence's Pitney Godpa. Plus, them are friends for 20 years, plus him are the best man at wedding. What closer than that? The only thing left for them to cuddle up. Right? They are very close with everything, every secret in the and the manufactured so-called civil society group, nothing wrong with that. But decent man like Kevin Chung, they have a problem with. But anything at all, as long as it's PNP do it, you have a set of people, say them as civil society. They don't have no problem with it, it's all fine and good. But if a JLP do it, wow, the hell, if a JLP do it, the world is ending. And when it comes to integrity, it's only JLP not have integrity, the PNP them full of integrity.
Well, like I said it earlier on the program that the reason why the PNP, the JLP came to office because of a PNP internal corruption.
No, a PNP internal thief. When one said thief, the campaign money.
That's the reason why the PNP won the election. The JLP won the election.
Everybody then collect money. And this has said you collect this portion and that they said. And they're not carrying it now and they are waiting and everybody pocket it. Because they're sure. All they sure say, look here, they must win because of a PNP country, so they must win. So everybody take it. And when time they lose, or that the time the hell broke loose and everybody come out. Who thief like a PNP?
And then Carl Blight went on RJR and said the reason why the PNP lost election is because them stopped drop money in the big yard. That was called that statement. Them stopped drop money in the big yard. That was called that statement and with image sheets and RJR.
Alright. So, you know, me always laugh. Me always laugh and say to my people, say, look here. Why is it that when PNP see corruption, they don't put one scandal bag over the head, bag their face and run? Why they get up and make a mockery of themselves like people don't know them? People know them. When them see corruption, they get up and go hide. Because them are the last ones to talk about corruption. From PJ come right down. You have one scandal that PNP and JP ignored for the past year about JOTC. Darrell Vaz said in Parliament that 80% of the fees collected from JOTC cannot be accounted for. And he said that in Parliament in Mark Golding's present, and not a word from nobody else about that statement made by Darrell Vaz. 80% of the bus fare collected cannot be accounted for. Not a word. Not a word from nobody else. Not a word. Me say when them talk about, and sometimes we hear Mark Golding talk about cleaners. Mark Golding hand them dirty like a dancer because I don't know where all Finsack dirty up Mark Golding and I don't know where him no go cleaners. Mark Golding hand them dirty with Finsack money so they look like a pin on the clothes pin. Morgan, the Morgan, this said to Bunting recently in the Senate. Because he said his success is based on the misfortune of Jamaica's poor people. Jamaica distress. Jamaica distress. Yeah, his success is Jamaica distress. And it's a fact. And they are so shameless. Because when you look, they're shameless in a way that all these things like a still at their face, them skip over it and want to go like I don't know. Right now, people up on the street. People that live on the street because of Bunting and Golding Finsack era. Live on the street and will not live on the commit suicide. So I remember this couple we write a note, put them and kill themselves. I remember. You understand? So I don't know. Finsack is Jamaica's financial genocide. Hello. Me hear say some of the people them they sell them out, then go put them by a roadside and take over their own. And a lot of those PNP big men living at the people them house until this day. Yeah. But them pay for little and nothing. Can't pay. If me should have said vote, I could have never vote for PNP. Never. And especially now, we don't see nothing when me would have said me I vote for Rise and Span. Because more or less, they don't have a leader. They don't have no plan. They have nothing at all about them than lie. They just lie and mischievous and just tell lie and just want character assassinate people. And it's not fair, it's not right. I remember when Mark Golding just became PNP leader. He said I want to start a PNP fund. Call it the OT Fear Club Fund. One of the PNP founding member for party workers. Yes. And a company said to me that up until this day, they can't get no money from PNP as held back onto Mark Golding when he said it when he became party leader a couple of years ago. The OT Fear Club Fund is like nobody benefit from that fund all now. That last. And they keep on saying this OT Fear Club is PNP founder and not no one man. Yes. Yeah man, let me tell them, say them cut everything. So when I saw that thing first, they said the whole idea of this party was actually OT Fear Club. And they asked Manley to be the leader. He was one of the founding members of the party alongside Manley. They came together and meet as what we need to form a political movement. OT Fear Club and Manley. So OT Fear Club is a founding member of the PNP, but not the founder. They say they are just like some runaway train and then just go on and chat their parts. That's all I see them do. Disgusting and insipid. Sure.
Why I keep this boy? I don't know. I don't know. Him need. I don't know, but this election, the boy, it got kind of serious. It can result in the death of the Rise United, and say PNP start to resurrect, depending on the results.
That's what people want. People need that back their party. I tell you, they want back the party. They don't want risers. And Golden can put himself together in his show. He needs to go and learn to put himself together. You have to learn to put yourself together first before you want to lead party. Chaka untidy. Go man and go learn to put yourself together.
Oh, is this serious? Serious?
No disrespect. You have money, go put yourself, go clean up yourself.
He's a wealthy man.
Yes, go put some of the money and clean up yourself.
Wow.
How tired of that?
This is serious. This is so serious when they come on to Mark Golden and the PNP and all these things. And the Risers United. And
what do you have?
Where does we're just hoping that
the people them use them brain.
Yeah. And vote wisely. Vote on issues.
I think listen, you have more sensible people than stupid people.
That's true. Because come on, go say about they go talk about monkey computerized. What's that say? Or what I'm saying? You only can computerize. Those people are part in the minority. You only can account, yeah. You only can account. Well, those persons are in the minority.
You only can account.
Yeah, only can account, yeah. Damn, those persons are in the minority.
Of course, you only can account.
You only can account.
You only can account.
And those people are in the minority. But again, we have to hope that Jamaica will make the right choice.
Look here, I have no doubt. I have no doubt. You haven't decided people like me are quiet voter when I make no noise. We're not in the foolishness where they up to. They're not stupid. They're not stupid.
Yes, because I remember a comrade said to me that when they had the march done by Heroes Cirle, they sent a bus to Jewsland. And nobody want to go because they said they're not supporting the risers. The PNP did not go in the bus.
But I tell you that that's what I tell you already now. I tell you, say anything you hear me say. Anything you hear me say.
I said go.
They never want. They never want to know. They're not in the foolishness with them.
The PNP, I thought
they want to see what they're up to. Okay.
No, the PNP, I thought, no, sir. No risers at all. No risers. They want the PNP. They don't want anything to do with the Rise United.
And rightly so.
No, lad. Leave at the PNP. That took a time though to come back.
If we come back.
It took a time to come back. And some personal changes and all those stuff bring back the PNP from Rise United.
You look where you're going to see up. Just watch.
Alright, so I think we're gonna wind down the show for today. Thanks for your company as usual.
Yeah man, no problem man. And thanks for having me as usual.
Yeah man, and hopefully we can see a peaceful elections. I hope that no propaganda will start with this new company. Beverly Richard said, I love the program. The man listen to like some who rush people. The man listen.
Yes, but I tell you, them have to be careful because the people then will sue them.
Yeah man, thanks for Richard there for the comment there. Thanks very much. And hope and keep watching the program and send to your friends. Thanks very much. Yeah, people enjoy the program, the program. And this, we don't come here and rush people. Like I know over there on the platform, when they go on there talk anything against PNP, they rush you. Because today I heard a man was talking about what Andrew's doing. And the man rush the man say he's a JLP supporter. And he vote JLP because he see the crime coming down, poverty.
That's why I only come on your platform because you can't talk your gross. You can't see the truth and talk them disrespect you.
You can't be a hypocrite and come tell people I fool people.
So I stay away from their platform because they are very disrespectful.
And love push on them party agenda. We don't push the party agenda. We talk truth here. We don't push the party agenda.
Push the Risers agenda.
Yeah. We don't push the Risers agenda. We don't push the party agenda. Because we still.
I think we're living a free and fair democracy where we're supposed to can speak your mind.
Yes. We don't push the party agenda on this platform. Because we're not being paid by PNP and JLP. So we can't talk free.
Exactly.
Alright, so later on tonight we'll watch Jamaica against Panama. Hopefully Jamaica can win the match and go to the quarterfinals in that match later on tonight. Jamaica against Panama. The match starting about an hour from now, so we'll see what can happen. Pray for Jamaica to beat Panama and advance to the World Cup quarterfinals.
Alright. Yeah, man.
Alright. I'll first say for wonderful evening.
Yeah, man. Thanks again. Yeah, man. Alright. Thank you.
And to all our viewers there, thanks for your company again inside this edition of the Dudley Thompson Live here talking politics in Jamaica. And again, we can say too often, we're not on PNP nor GLP payroll. We both bash and praise both sides because we are neutral on this platform here. We don't come here to push any party agenda and that. So later on tonight, maybe we'll be joined for sports if Jamaica and Panama might rejoin and look at the results. Later on, after the Panama game, a short little update on that game between Jamaica and Panama. It's a Gold Cup group game where the top two advance from the group, and currently Jamaica is in second behind the Panama, and Guatemala in third, and Guatemala and Jamaica are battling for the second spot. Panama is at 6 points, virtually short of a spot in the other round, but Panama and Guatemala are both on 3 points. And they are both playing for that second place. And I'm not seeing Jamaica beating Panama by a wide margin to top the group, because Panama have a +4 goal difference, Jamaica 0 goal difference. So if Jamaica can get that 1-0 win against Panama, we will go into the second round. A draw might not be enough depending on the other results. If Jamaica draw the game and Guadeloupe beat Guatemala, well, we can't go through. But a draw would that be a guarantee for Jamaica based on the other game, because the two games will have impact on the group. Jamaica against Panama and Guatemala against Guadeloupe. A win for Guadeloupe will be in Jamaica's favor if Jamaica win or draw. A defeat will not be good for Jamaica at all. So we have to do our part and hope that the other team result will work in our favor. So until then, we give update on that later on, hopefully. So have yourself a wonderful day and keep locked to us here on WDT Media TV. Bye bye for now.